Hey y'all, I am future me, digital me. Um, tobacco me, not tobacco me. That was in The Simpsons, and I just thought of another interesting point, an interesting philosophical point to bring up. Um, a secular talk guy, Kyle Kalinske. That was it. He was talking about beware fake Gen Z Democrat exposed. And yeah, that just reminded me again. Um, a lot of the problems we have with politicians, and that's why we talk. That's why everybody says, "Oh man, we hate politicians," and I don't like this about politicians, and all politicians are corrupt. The reason so many of us have say that shit, and this I think ties into a lot of. I think okay, well, I don't know. I'm kind of like trying to weave this thought together better, but this goes back to what essentially the founders tried to create. They tried to create, instead of having a political class, which was what England had. They had a political class. They had a king and lordships, whatever, and like then they had a parliament, but whatever. Now we have a political class, which is a separate class and is in a lot of ways completely disconnected because most of them have been in office what seems like forever, and a lot of them, maybe not a majority, but a big minority of them, are in districts and run in districts that are essentially locked in, where they either never get primaried or the Democrat will always win and the Republican will always win. So they're just kind of guaranteed. And this is in both at the state level and at the federal level. There's pretty few. There's like, I don't know. I'm just throwing numbers out here because I don't know. You'll have to talk to experts. There's like maybe 15 to 30%. So I'll just take it a notch higher and say a third of all the districts, representatives, whatever you want to call it, that are toss-ups. And it's probably way lower than a third, but there is that enough to kind of swing it between elections. But there's also way more than enough that no one, that like, maybe 60% or more don't even really need to bother with running. Their job, they have the kind of job security that Trump is bitching off. Federal workers are just lazy slobs and blah blah blah. So it's like, if you're really worried about the federal government being nothing but a bunch of lazy slobs, it's like, well, go to the polls and be like, well, do research, see who's been representing you for 40 years, and be like, well, it's time to take that guy and send him out to pasture. So that's it. And that's what this is about. It's a concept of a political class versus a what I don't know exactly what the term they use, but I call it a politicians elected from the citizenry, from just the general body of citizens. Um, and you were supposed to just decide, you know, I don't like the way things are working, so I'm going to take it upon myself to occupy this mayoral job or this city council job or whatever. And then maybe you would from there be like, well, now I think I want to represent my state, my county or whatever in the state senate, and go up from there and there and there and there and there, or whatever. And eventually, someone might be like, you have a good track record. Maybe you should be the president. That would typically be the way it goes. And while you were doing those jobs were gigs, like Uber jobs. And I don't mean the now Uber jobs. I mean the way you were supposed to be doing an Uber job when Uber started. Like, oh, I just do Uber on the weekend to get some extra cash. That's what being a representative is supposed to be. You were supposed to just go for 4 weeks, 2, 3 times a year to go and vote on some stuff after you have maybe looked over what was going to be voted on, handle some procedural garbage, do your job, and then come back and get back to your regular job, your regular day job. That was it. That was all they had intended on you fucking doing. It was a gig. Just something, just to handle the, like I said, procedural garbage of making sure the government ran efficiently. Now, I don't think we can get back to that kind of gig thing because running the government is probably going to, even if a regular person like a farmer got elected, they would probably have to be there for a while. I don't know for sure because I'm not an elected official. I don't know how much time they actually do have to spend dealing with their day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month stuff. I really don't know how much time they spend in chamber, in committee, doing all of the stuff that they have to do. If they're a federal representative, a national representative, and going there and then coming back to their home state and doing all the crap that they have to do. I've never done it, so I don't know all the nuances that the job requires. But they got other stuff they got to take care of, probably. So maybe in the modern era, it will require more than a couple weeks, a few times a year. So whatever. I'm just saying it was not intended to be something that was. It was not intended to be the monster that it has evolved to be. And because it is, these people are so disconnected from anyone that lives any other kind of life. And they're also doing a kind of fucked up job because they're trying to represent a very wide swath of people, especially the people in the federal government. I should say this. Being an elected representative is kind of a sucky job because you get elected and you're always going to piss somebody off. I mean, you got to know that just as soon as you get elected. You're going to piss somebody off. So, I mean, and what goes hand in hand with that is you're never going to please everybody either. So, um, yeah. But enough people have BS detectors too that if you keep saying crap like, you know, these smudges, these damages to the glasses are getting on my nerves. If you keep saying stuff like, well, the immigrants are taking this, and the immigrants are this, and the immigrants, people are going to get pissed off at you for keep throwing that. If you keep throwing that excuse at you for not getting anything done, people are going to be. I don't care who it is. They are going to really fucking turn on you at some point. You're like, really? You can't get anything done because of the immigrants? So a bunch of illegal immigrants are fucking up the entire country. Even though you claim you've been deporting them for the past 8 months, 10 months, now a year, you've been deporting them for that long and you still can't get anything done. And you passed this budget bill that gives all this money to rich people. You gave a aid package to Venezuela. You gave an aid package to Israel. You gave one to Ukraine. And still, my farm's going bankrupt. People are losing jobs. My food bills are going up. I can't afford health care. Do you need me to go on? And still, you expect me to swallow the immigrant pill. Yeah, I hope you don't expect to have a job next time elections roll around. Because I don't care what happens, you're not having a job next time. I don't give a crap what you do now. It's too late. You're not having a job. You already are fired. That's what you don't understand. You already got fired. Like, you're dead man walking. So, I mean, I don't know, you fucked up already too much. You're already fired. So, yeah, we're just waiting for the election in order to make sure we can put somebody else in there. It's just a formality now. Pretty much what I'm saying is that if we could elect another person now, we would. We just don't have the constitutional authority to do it now. Because you already fucked up too much. You said immigrants were the problem. Trump did his tariff bullcrap and nothing changed. I could solve all your problems on day one. Wow. Ooh, you campaigned on some major bullcrap. Wow. That was... Damn, dude. You made some shit. Day one? Dude, I mean, thankfully, a lot of the people that voted for you didn't actually mean, like, they didn't actually believe day one. They were thinking, like, all right, he means like 3 months or something like that, maybe 6, and everything will start to get better. Like, maybe not like be like fantastic, but we'll see some prices go down and like jobs will start coming back and shit. But things are getting worse. All right, like worse in ways that like people haven't seen. People didn't see worse like this during Obama or Biden. So, I mean, and definitely democratic, quote, democratic states and cities and stuff didn't see this kind of worse. So you so lost already and you're so fired. Like, Mr. Trump, you're fired. And all the Republicans, you're fired. Yeah. You made such an outlandishly big claim. All right. Now, I am going to run for office, assuming this business thing I got going on doesn't do any kind of, doesn't kind of take off in any way. I'm going to run. And my campaign is not going to promise I'm going to fix shit on day one. No, it's going to take years. And also, we're going to need to make sure that others, this is a representative democracy, meaning I'm not going to be able to do it alone because you're not voting for a dictator. All right? That's not how the country works. It's not how the Constitution works. You don't vote for a dictator. All right? So you have to vote for representatives. And you have to hope that you vote for a representative and that every other state votes for good representatives that are willing to work together and work together in solidarity and in good faith and vote for sound policies that will help everybody. And when they do, there we go. Now we can come together and make good policy, and then among other things, the economy will start to churn back into effect. But that's not going to be fixed on day one. Even after the midterms, and everybody, if the midterms even happen, and they're not rigged to crap, and there's a whole buttload of of Democrats or lefties or whatever word you want to use. I don't know for that, or even Republicans that um, you know, conservatives. We'll call them conservatives because maybe there's going to be a new branch of conservatives that's going to coalesce and just be like, we're going to dump the Republican Party name and call ourselves like New American Party. But we're not going to be lefties. We're going to be the old school conservative value kind of party, and not like this MAGA garbage. Something. Maybe they'll be that. I don't know. The point is, people that are willing to have some kind of reasonable working thing. So maybe that'll happen, and I don't know. I kind of lost my train of thought when I started talking about fucking conservatism, because conservatism is just weird. Modern conservatism is strange as shit. I mean, unless you're rich as shit, it's weird to me because it doesn't go anywhere. But yeah, when that happens, that'll be fine. You run for office. If you get in, you work with your constituencies, or you work on behalf of your constituency, and you work with your fellow representatives to make a set of policies that will help create some sort of framework for the betterment of society at large, not just one segment of that society, which is what has been happening for my entire life. I'm 42, and over the course of my life, it has been a slow erosion of wealth from the poor and working people and even the professionals. It started from the bottom earners and it was just sucking money up to rich people over the course of my entire lifetime. And thankfully, I made the wise decision at one point to be like, you know what, fuck this. It's not worth dying working a minimum wage job. So I took the fight and I got on disability. And I was like, yep, I am not fucking dying working a minimum wage job to put money in the pockets of somebody else who is not fucking working, who is a leech. They are leeching the money from me and from my other coworkers who hate their job. So I'm getting on disability because I can. I have fucking epilepsy. So, and getting on disability, by the way, even though I have epilepsy and I had 2 decades of proof behind it, took me, I remember it taking 4 tries, but whatever. I don't know if that's right or not. And I did not get a lawyer to do it because I didn't want a lawyer taking a cut of the back pay. So I said, fuck it, I'm not getting a lawyer. I, along with my mother, filled out all the paperwork, did it all myself. Every fucking time I tried and did the application process and everything. I did all the shit by myself with the help of the person at the Social Security office, who was very professional and helpful, which I assume is a federal employee. Every federal employee I've ever dealt with was always professional and helpful. I don't know why anyone could ever call them a leech or, a drain on the system. They always seem to be anything but a leech on the system. Very well trained, very good, and always earning every penny that they're paid. People, social workers, every person in the government that's a federal employee or a state employee, they earn everything they get. I don't know. These private people, these people on like Fox News and everything, every person that's like, oh, these federal employees are blah, blah, blah. No, they earn everything they get. Every fucking thing they get, they are earning it. So, the people I see that are kind of slacking off at their jobs a lot of the time, people that like food service jobs and shit. Those are the people that are kind of selfish. People in private companies and stuff. I'm not blaming people at food service jobs for slacking off and being like, I'm like waiting. I'm like, can I get service? Can you stop talking to each other about your day and everything? Like, can I? And it's usually McDonald's and stuff like that, like low wage job. That's why I'm not blaming you. I'm not blaming you for slacking off at your job. It sucks. And a restaurant job to do that at is the shittiest kind of job. So I'm like double not blaming. I'm just saying, those are the people that slack off. So if you want to direct your slack off kind of argument, that's where to do it. Not the federal employees, I have seen them like not doing work, but that's because there wasn't anything to do. Like, the last time I was getting a driver's license, like the two girls were talking and they were just talking about their day and stuff. But they were doing that because there was nobody at the desk to take care of. There was no work for them to do. So like, what do you expect them to do? Like sit there like drones, like waiting for input, waiting for input, waiting for input. Like, no, they're just going to occupy their time by like gossiping and stuff. So like, that's not slacking off. That's fucking just being a human person. As soon as I was ready to like go up and handle my business, she was totally there and professional and everything. So, go fuck yourself, Mr. Trump. Oh, we got to fire 750,000, blah, blah, blah. No, you don't. That is an excellent use of fucking money right there. A horrible use is giving billionaires more $1 billion. Fuck you. A great use of federal powers is taxing the shit out of billionaires. Taxing them, I would levy. I wouldn't tax billionaires. What I would do is be like, we got to levy you of $400 billion and then levy you $4 trillion and then levy you $14 trillion. I'm just going to levy you all your fucking shit. Meaning, take. A levy is just like an instant tax. It's like, now we taxed you. We didn't tax you like on your yearly earnings or whatever like that. We're taxing you like right fucking now. Like this instant. Before you even have time to blink tax. Like you have it in that bank, like in Chase or whatever, right now. We're taking it fucking right now. before you have time to push the button on the electronic transfer, it's coming into our fucking account, motherfucker. Like, oh, you couldn't transfer it to a Swiss bank because it was going to us. Like, and I can't even like, oh, and you know what? You know what else? This is the greatest thing ever. Trump doing all those executive orders. Yeah, see, the thing about those is he opened the door for the next president to just be like, executive order. I guess I'm taking all your shit as of executive order. Fucky, 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 fucky. Sue the government. We already have your shit. Try to get it back, motherfucker. Because it's too late. We already got your shit. Now, file a lawsuit. It's going to take like a year and a half. But in the meantime, let us buy some stuff with it. And once it's bought, reparations? I don't know. That's worked out historically, hasn't it? Yeah, that'll work out. You'll be fine. You'll get your money back. Just let it go through the legal process. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Just take your $50 trillion and be like, yeah, good. All your mansions, all your boats, all your planes. We'll sell them to China. We'll be like, every country across the world that like is like, well, you owe us money. It'll be like, so how many planes will that be exactly? Like, yeah. Of course, Trump doesn't have the vision to do something like that. To just be like, yeah, I don't fucking like all you guys. Yeah, I'm just going to take all your shit. And if he did, he'd be like, I'm going to keep like 50% of it for myself. It's like 50%? Really? First of all, no. And like any percent for yourself would be a fucking, ugh. And keep something for yourself. Ugh. What a fucking. You already turned the White House into a fucking Saddam Hussein palace. And you're like, look at the gold. Jesus. What a fucking shithole. Look at all the gold. It's so gold in here. Did I not mention the gold? That's just great. Doesn't it look so much better with all the sparkly gold? I don't know. Why don't you put some diamonds in there? So, it's 30 minutes long. I've bitched enough too. Trump is just such a shitty fuck. I mean, that's just like the cherry on top of his crappiness is you took the White House and the property around it and you were just like, let me make this one of my shitty things. It's like, dude, the White House was classy. Like, classy in just a, I don't know, in a kind of almost, in a mix between like old style Greek and kind of southern plantation way. And he took it and was like, let me just take a piece of shit that's gold and really huge and throw it at that thing and just see what happens. And it's like, that's marvelous. I think that was great the way that turned out. And he's probably just going to keep on adding more gold to it. It's like, do you even have any other ideas for interior design other than be like, more gold, more gold, more gold, more gold, 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 gold. You don't even want, like, I don't know, drapes somewhere? I don't know. A few pieces of art. And I'm not talking like, oh, this is like a picture of me. I'm talking like some cubist stuff, impressionist, expressionist. Just some other kind of something to kind of add a little bit of like color that isn't gold. What a fuck. Maybe even like have I don't know, a bronze statue of like his father in there or something. You know, because if we like signify something, show that he has, I don't want to give him an idea, but like, it'd be like, it could be like, see, there's my father. He's the precursor to me, and my father is bronze. I'm gold. And you could be like, you'd be like, what's that? You'd be like, oh, this is a little silver statue of Don Jr. Huh? Yeah, I had a little silver statue of Don Jr. made. Why? What do you mean why? It's because Don Jr. never really made it up to my expectations, but you know, he's pretty good. And I don't know how much he likes Don Jr. or not, but I'm not really up to the Trump family dynamics, but that's because I think Trump sucks. So, you know, if Trump is like a zero, then I mean, you could say others are negative, but honestly, I think the other ones, I think his kids are probably better than him. So I think Trump is zero, and I think his kids are better than him, honestly. I think he is desperately trying to make them pieces of shit, even though their own natural instinct is to be better. And once he dies, they will be better people. They will evolve into better people, especially Barron. Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. I hope that Barron will. Being the youngest, has the most potential to change into something, to bring a better legacy to the Trump name. But we don't know. We'll see. All right. Kneecap rich people and lots of boobs out. It's 7:24. I'm going to be going to bed soon. I'm pretty sure. All right. boobs, boobs, boobs everywhere, but not a boob for me.